You share a house, split responsibilities, coordinate schedules. You're polite to each other. You get along fine. But somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling like partners and started feeling like roommates. Here's how that happens, and exactly how to reconnect before the distance becomes permanent. First, understand what roommate mode actually is. It's when your marriage operates on logistics instead of connection. You talk about who's picking up the kids, what's for dinner, when the bills are due. You handle the business of running a household. But you've stopped having real conversations. You've stopped being curious about each other. You've stopped making each other feel special. Here's how it happens. Life gets busy. Kids, careers, responsibilities pile up. Connection takes effort, and when you're exhausted, it's easier to just handle logistics and collapse into bed. One day without real connection becomes 1 week. 1 week becomes 1 month. Before you know it, you're coexisting instead of connecting. The dangerous part? Roommate mode doesn't feel like a crisis. There's no big fight, no dramatic event, just a slow fade. And because it's comfortable enough, most couples don't notice until the distance feels permanent. That's why you need to act now, even if it doesn't feel urgent yet. So how do you reconnect? It starts with one simple shift. Turn toward her instead of away. Here's what that means. Every day, your wife makes small bids for connection. She tells you something about her day. She makes a comment about something on TV. She asks your opinion on something. These are tiny invitations to connect. In roommate mode, you're turning away from these bids. You give one-word answers. You stay focused on your phone. You acknowledge, but don't engage. First step to reconnect. Start turning toward these bids. When she tells you about her day, put down what you're doing and actually engage. Ask a follow-up question. Show genuine interest. When she makes a comment, respond with more than, uh-huh. These micro moments of connection add up. They're how you rebuild intimacy. Second step, create connection rituals. These are non-negotiable moments in your week where you focus on each other, not just logistics. It could be a daily 5-minute check-in where you actually talk about how you're both doing. It could be a weekly coffee date where phones stay off. It could be a bedtime conversation that's not about tomorrow's schedule. The key is consistency. Once a week, same time, same commitment. Don't skip it because you're tired or busy. That's how you got into roommate mode in the first place. Treat these rituals like any other important appointment. You wouldn't skip a work meeting because you're tired. Don't skip connection time with your wife. Third step, bring back curiosity. When's the last time you asked your wife a real question? Not, did you pick up my dry cleaning? But, what's been on your mind lately? Or, what are you excited about right now? Roommate conversations are transactional. Partner conversations are curious. Start asking questions that show you're interested in who she is, not just what she does. Fourth step, physical connection that's not sexual. In roommate mode, physical touch drops to almost nothing. You're not holding hands. You're not hugging. You're not sitting close on the couch. This matters because physical touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Start small. Hold her hand while you're watching TV. Hug her when you get home. Kiss her goodbye in the morning like you mean it, not just a peck on autopilot. Fifth step, appreciation. Roommates don't express gratitude. Everything is just expected duty. Partners notice and appreciate each other. Start telling your wife specific things you appreciate about her. Not generic, thanks for dinner, but I noticed you went out of your way to make that meal even though you were exhausted. That meant a lot to me. Specific appreciation reconnects you. Now let's talk about what not to do. Don't wait for her to initiate reconnection. Don't assume things will get better on their own. Don't think, we're fine, we're just busy right now. Roommate mode is comfortable enough to become permanent if you don't actively work against it. Here's what reconnection looks like in practice. Tonight when you get home, don't immediately check your phone or turn on the TV. Find your wife. Give her a real hug. Ask her, "How was your day really?" and actually listen to the answer. That's turning toward instead of away. That's connection instead of logistics. This weekend, schedule 30 minutes where it's just the two of you. No kids, no phones, no agenda. Go for a walk, sit on the porch, have coffee together. Talk about something other than schedules and responsibilities. Ask her what she's been thinking about. Share what's on your mind. That's a connection ritual. Here's a critical insight. Reconnection doesn't happen in one conversation or one date night. It happens through consistent small actions over time. Every day you turn toward her bids for connection, you're rebuilding intimacy. Every week you protect your connection ritual, you're reinforcing that you're partners, not roommates. One more thing. Sometimes roommate mode happens because you've stopped making her feel special. When's the last time you did something just because you knew it would make her happy? Bought her favorite snack at the store? Sent her a text in the middle of the day saying you were thinking about her? Did something thoughtful without being asked? These gestures matter. They say, "You're not just someone I live with, you're someone I choose every day." Here's the deeper truth. Roommate mode is a warning sign, not a death sentence. It's telling you that connection has been deprioritized and it's time to make it a priority again. The good news? You can start today. You don't need couples therapy or a big romantic gesture. You just need to turn toward her instead of away, create protected time for connection, and show her through small, consistent actions that she's your partner, not your roommate. If your marriage feels more like a business partnership than a romantic partnership, that's fixable. But it requires you to act now before comfortable distance becomes permanent separation. Start with one thing today. Turn toward her next bid for connection. Schedule your first connection ritual this week. Ask her one curious question. Small actions create momentum, and momentum creates reconnection. Comment below and let me know what you are currently struggling with in your communications with your wife. Click the link in the first comment or check my bio to discover an ebook that can help improve your communication with your wife.